Hey guys, Shawn of WebPianoTeacher.com here. We're going to talk about arpeggios today, how to play them, why they help, how to understand them, and how they help you be a better musician and to enjoy even more playing the music that you love. In fact, that's why we play arpeggios, broken chords, and all that stuff in theory, because it helps us understand the language of music, and it just makes us better, and we can play more music, enjoy it more, and we understand it. We can see different things connecting that we never saw before, so that's why we're doing this. So pull up a chair. We're going to have some study here, and then I'm going to show you how to play a lot of these. So major and minor white key arpeggios. We're going to start with that. Do we use arpeggios in music? You betcha. We could go on all day playing arpeggios, but they're just part of the musical language, and on piano we need to learn how to do them. Now the great thing about it is a lot of them will have the same fingerings, so we can depend on that. But we're going to do minor and major chords here. We'll start off with the C arpeggio. Then what always gets everyone is the thumb coming under, because they want to go, kind of quickly jump over there. But the key to playing an arpeggio physically is you play 1, 2, 3, and then your hand is moving towards the next key as you're coming up, so the thumb doesn't have so far to travel. It's kind of like if you're in a room and you're going to make an exit, but you kind of start moving towards the door and then you're out. Well, that's kind of the same thing with the arpeggio. I'm moving, everything's moving that way, so that when it's time for my thumb to come under, I'm not that far away. So I have. Now coming down, same thing. You're just kind of moving your hand this way over with your third finger. Now, the first one we're going to work on is C, E, G. Disregard the blue flats and sharps for now. We'll add those as we do major and minor. But we're just going to start with just the black letters there. C, E, G, that's a C chord. Now, is that major or minor? Well, if you studied my theory lessons, you should know root, third, and fifth makes a triad. The C is the root, okay? Between the root and the third, which means between the C and the E, there are 5 total notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, between the third and the fifth, there are only 4 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you count them all, that makes a major chord. Now, if I put that blue flat in there, you can hear that sounds minor, sounds sad or mysterious, some people say. Now I've changed that. Now it's 4 between the root and third. 1, 2, 3, 4 for E flat, C to E flat. And then 5 between E flat and G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see, so the minor will have 4, 5, major 5, 4. Or you can just kind of listen to it and hear the difference between major and minor. But that's why they're major and minor. So C, E, G is what? It's a major chord. So C major. And I'll tell you something, playing the white key arpeggios when there's no black keys are the most difficult because you don't have black keys to guide your fingers. If I had C minor, it's a little bit easier because I can feel that flat on my second finger. So these are tough, but a lot of these will have the same fingerings. Here are the rules. Now these rules apply just for the black letters there, not putting the sharps in. It'll kind of change some things for some of the arpeggios when we put flats and sharps in. But for right now, our rules are right hand, you're going to use your third finger. Okay, nobody has a problem with that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. You can do that. Now when you get to the top of the arpeggio, fifth finger, and then you come back down the way you came up. 3, 2, 1, over, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Always moving to the right, moving to the left, so it's fluid motion. All right, you can practice that and work on it. My arpeggios are pretty poor right now. Have to get them back up. Now that's the C major one. Do it 4 octaves. 1 octave does nobody any good. 2 octaves is a little better. 4 octaves is the best because then you get a feel for the whole keyboard. And that's what you want. You want to feel like you have a command of the entire keyboard, okay? Now your left hand, the rule is left hand, you're going to use your fourth finger. A lot of you don't want to use your fourth finger. You say, well, I can use 3 every time on anything when I'm playing a chord, and that works for me. Well, I'll tell you, if you don't learn to use that fourth finger, you are limiting what you will be able to do technically on the piano. Maybe you can get by with the third finger. Yeah, you can, but you'll never be as good as you could be if you learn how to use that fourth finger. Because sometimes the fourth finger is just closer. It's going to allow you to have a better technique using that fourth finger. So we're going to use our fourth finger on the left hand on all of these arpeggios. 5, 4, 2, 1. Now you're probably used to 3, 1, but learn to use that 4. Now 5, 4, 2, 1, and I'm crossing over 4 to do it again. 5, 4, 2, 4, 4, 4, come down. So I go 1, 2, 4, and I come. Remember, I'm moving this way. It's harder for me to show you because I'm at this angle here because of the video. I have to sit to the left side of the keyboard, but you want to move this way just like the right hand did. Okay, so. All right, if I could get up and get in the middle of the piano, it'd be easier for me. Then you want to try them hands together. In fact, I'm going to try to scoot in the middle of the piano for a second to try this, okay? Both hands together, 4 octaves. Don't worry about connecting them, because when you go faster, it'll connect them. You see, I'm kind of sloppy. I'm missing some of them. But that's what we want to go for eventually, is to have a full command keyboard. Sloppy, right? So I'd have to work on that, get them back under my fingers. Now that's C major. Now when I go to D minor, DFA, I was going to ask you the question, but I spoiled it. DFA, is that major or minor? Okay, this is important. This theory is under, you don't want this to be just a technical exercise where you don't think, what chord am I playing? Is it major or minor? I want you to know what the chord is. Is it D minor or D major? Well, it sounds minor, doesn't it? And I already told you it was minor. But if it were major, it would have 5, but it doesn't. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that makes it minor. So we have a D minor chord. And again, we're disregarding the blue flats and sharps for now. Reason we're going to this one, because it's going to feel the same under your fingers. Same fingerings, same feel. Okay? Right hand, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Left hand, use your fourth finger. Okay, put my hands together. I'm a little sloppy. My left hand. My right hand misses a couple too. But anyway, there's our D minor, okay? So the way to work on it, hands separately, always 4 octaves. Don't do 2 octaves. Immediately go ahead and do 4 so you get used to it. Hands separately, then try to put hands together really slowly. Okay? The next one, EGB. Is that minor or major? Again, disregarding the sharp. What does it sound like? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's minor, it's E minor. Same fingering. Okay, so left hand. Hands together. Oh. There we go, all right. Flying by the seat of my pants there. So EGB is the E minor arpeggio. C major, D minor, E minor, F. How about FAC? I'll just go ahead and tell you it's a major, and you can check it out between the root, third, and fifth. It's a major, same fingerings. Right hand first. Left hand using a 4. Both hands. I can't reach. So I'm already getting better with just a little bit of practice here. F. Now that was F major. G is major or minor. It's major, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sorry. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. It's major. And then maybe you can just remember that it's major. Eventually not have to do those counting. But if you count them, 5, 4, 4, 5, it'll help you understand why it's major, why it's minor. Okay? The whys is what we want to know behind this. So our G chord, G, B, D. Now my high G doesn't work. Let's start here. Using a 4. Now both both hands. All right, it's starting to feel better to me. All right, so you can see the practice that helps even someone with my experience. We need to practice to brush up on things. All right, I've played them so extensively in my younger life that they are just with me, and I can get them back pretty quick because of all the work I did years and years ago. But here we go. A, C, E. Is that major or minor? Sounds what? Minor, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So A minor. And again, if you did my circle of fifths lessons, these will make sense. There's A minor. And again, moving that hand. What you can do to help with that motion is to go really slow and exaggerate the motion. See, I'm really going over. So then when you get... Now there's a little space between some of the notes, right? That's okay. You can't really connect them legato when you're going all over the place. Now left hand, fourth finger. B, D, F is a diminished chord. We're not going to mess with this one's what I call a weird chord. So the way that falls on the white keys. So we're going to do B minor, B, D, F sharp, not D sharp, just B, D, F sharp. Okay, I don't want to do any diminished chords today. I'm going to save that for another lesson. So we're going to do B, D, F sharp because that's a minor. You say, why does it have a black key in it? The other ones don't. Well, it just does. We'll get into explanations later. B, D, F sharp. Okay, if I didn't sharpen it, it would be a diminished. Yes, it would feel like the other scales do, but I want to stick with major and minor for this lesson. B, D, F sharp. 1, 2, 3. It's going to be easier than the others because you have the black key to guide your fingers. Well, I'm having a little trouble with it now, but you can feel where you are. There you go. All right. Left hand, fourth finger, B, D, F sharp. Sorry, you don't get out of using that fourth finger. Use that fourth finger. If you have trouble with it, it's probably mainly because you haven't been doing that. Your whole life you've been playing a 3 on everything. Just neglecting that fourth finger, not using it, and that's why it feels so weak and that you can't use it. Now, hands separate, hands together like I showed you, okay? Now we're going to break the rules a little bit on some of them. As we go back, we're going to put flats and sharps in various places to make the major ones minor and the minor ones major, okay? So we can cover all of those. If we make the E flat, that now makes that a minor chord. The fingering is the same on the right hand. You just have that 2 finger on the E flat. The left hand is also the same. 4th finger still. Sorry, it's still 4th finger. So. Get them eventually. All right, the D is F. It's minor now. We're making it major. F sharp. The right hand will stay the same. D, F sharp, A. It's gonna feel like the C minor one did because where the black key is, it'll feel like it's somewhat. Left hand. Now you get to use your 3rd finger. You can use your 3rd finger on that one. This is why you have to watch these videos to the end, because I got a lot of information for you. You can't just assume I tell you stuff at the beginning and then there's nothing new. You use your 3rd finger on that one. You get to use it because of the distance. Okay, so D, F sharp, A with the 3rd finger. So I'm not against using the 3rd finger on the left hand. It's just not the best thing with those arpeggios that we did at first, but you can and should use it with the F sharp. Now, E major, it was minor, now we're doing major. 1, 2, 3, right hand does not change. I would recommend not playing them this way. But do them in as 8th notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. just more helpful. The left hand, you get to use your 3 again. So E, G sharp with a third, you get to use your 3 now. So exception to the rule. Wow, let me start over. So that's E major. Okay, F minor now, because we did F major, the F minor one. And again, I'm not playing these arpeggios because they follow the circle of fifths at all, because they don't really for what we're doing here. I'm choosing them because they have similar fingerings and they feel the same under your hand. Basically, that's why I'm choosing them. So F, A flat C is F minor. You still use 3, 1, 2, 3. Bit of a stretch between 2 and 3, isn't it? Left hand, F, A flat. All right, so sorry, you need to use your 4th finger on that. It's closer, the 3rd finger. Hands together. All right, let me go slower because I'm missing them. Okay, go a little bit slower if you need to till you get it under your fingers, then you can go faster. G, B flat D is G minor. On the right hand, I'll still use 3. My top G doesn't work. All right. Now, after you work on all of these and get your scales, your arpeggios, your broken chords, all these lessons I have on YouTube, just look on that again, that playlist, Piano Fundamentals for the Serious Student, to play the music you love. And I hope you'll learn how to play the music you love on my website, webpianoteacher.com. Lots of your favorite songs on there. I got over 4,000 lessons on there now of songs just everyone loves, and it'll help you to understand those songs and play them better if you do a little cross training here and work on these chords. So we did, looking at G, B flat D, we'll use a 4th finger still. That may be one where you can use a 3. Slip it over a little bit, but I still use a 4 there. All right, and then the right hand. All right, we've done these hands together. G. All right, now we go to A, and we're going to sharp the C because it was minor. We're going to make it major now. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. Left hand, you want to use a 3 because of the distance there, so now a 3rd finger. Now, when we did B before, we did B minor with the F sharp. Now we're going to do B major. I think this is the easiest arpeggio to play because of where the black keys fall. The thumb's on the white key and it just feels perfect under the fingers. So 1, 2, 3 on the right hand. The left hand will have 5, 3, 2 as well, so you can use your 3rd finger. 5, 3, 2, 1. So if you have real 4th finger problems, just take it really slow. Start with a C, relearn, reteach yourself to use that 4th finger. If nothing else, you need to be able to use that 4th finger when you need to, because there are times in music where you need to use that 4th finger on a chord like this. You know, let's say you have, and you need to use that 4th finger so that you can use your 3rd finger on the F. So there's, you know, it's just a helpful thing to be able to do. So use that 4th finger. Those are the 7 white key scales, but you play them, you know, both ways, major and minor, and you get 14 scales there that you can do, or 14 arpeggios, sorry. There's still more to do. We haven't done the diminished arpeggios. We haven't done the augmented arpeggios. There's also 7th chords. We could get into that, but that all can be for future stuff. This is kind of core stuff here that we're doing. So practice those, apply them, and Use them along with your scale lessons and your broken chord lessons, and eventually you'll start to see your eyes will open on all the music that you're playing that you love. You'll just start seeing chord patterns, you'll start seeing arpeggios, and it'll just come alive to you in a way it never has before. You'll connect the dots, so to speak, instead of just playing arbitrary notes and hoping you hit the right one. You guys, listen, and I'll talk to you later.